Hi, I'm Warren. Welcome back to this introduction to Power Query. Okay, I've opened up an Excel workbook and I now want to go and collect the data that I want to format. So how we can do that, you can go to the Data tab, and here we have the option on the left-hand side of Get Data. So the first example we're going to do, we're going to pull from an Excel workbook. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to grab my January, going to import, and you can see it opens up January and it opens up the sales. We can go and look and see what's inside that file. We can see it looks like our data. Don't worry about these nulls and everything that we're going to sort out. And you can either click on load to load it, or you can click on transform to open the Power Query window. So let's do that. So what is opened up here is our Power Query editor window, and this is where you're going to do all of your transformations. So just to give you a quick overview, you have all your menu items at the top, you have your home tab, transform to do data transformations, anything to do with adding a column or column related activities you can find on add column, and view. Here you can go and define what you want to see, and you can go to advanced editor here. So we'll stay on home. So that's your ribbon at the top. Here you have your formula bar that shows you what is being applied on that step in Power Query. Here you have the name of the query you're working on. You can see the little table here, sales. It's the sales query. And here you have the applied steps. So if we go into the steps, you can click through them one by one. But what Power Query did for us, we wanted to pull through that Excel file. It's gone. And it found an Excel workbook at this folder path. It applied navigation to it to go and look at the data here. It promoted the headers. This it does by default. It tries to make the first row of your data a header column, and then changed the type of the headers to ABC123. You can see we had 2 rows above our data, so this is actually our header row. So what we can do, we can literally just go and say use first row's headers from the menu option here. So we can click on that, and it's now taken that first row from our data and overwritten the existing row there, and you can see it added a new step. If we had done that by mistake, you can go and you can click on this little X and it removes that step. You can see it's undone what we did before. So when you promote the header, it adds promoted headers and changes the type. So you need to go and delete 2 steps there. But now you can see we have the correct data in our header column there. But now this is actually the January sales. You can see by the date here that it's January. So I'm going to call this sales Jan. Just click enter. There we go. We can click on close and load. You've got your option here if you want to go through the file menu, or you can use the shortcut here. Just click on that little icon there. So you can see it's gone and it's added our sales January to the current workbook I'm in, and it's created a query there that if you mouse over it, it shows you a little preview of the data. What I want to do now, I want to go and grab my February data. So we go get data again from Excel. We can grab Feb. Again, we're going to want to go into transform because we have 2 rows above our data. Here we have that and we have our heading. So let's go transform. Again, Power Query has now gone. We're going to call the sales Feb. Enter. Again, it's taken the first row as headings. That first row we actually don't even want. So we're going to promote the headers again. And you can see it's gone and promoted the headers to the top there. Again, we can go close and load. And then you can see we have our February data. Now what we want to do, we want to go and pull through our sales rep data. And that's a CSV file. So we're going to go from File, and you can see here, we don't want to use Excel, we want to use CSV. So again, it's one folder up. So there's our sales person CSV. I'm going to grab it from that folder there, import. Again, we have no headings in this, which is fine. We're going to leave it like that. We're just going to click on transform. And here you can see that we now have our salespeople CSV, which has been pulled through. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to click close and load. So there you can see we have our CSV file. So if we mouse over, you get to see a little preview of each of those. So that's how we import the data we're going to look at. In the next video, we are going to format the data from January and February and combine it into one file. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.